Sorry about that, guys. I can't even blame that on Facebook because that was me. I got this new thing and it's so tight. I hit it with my hand and shut it right off. So I'm here if you can find me. Stupid thing. This is all like a pain. It's like it seems like once a week something happens. Either a light goes or something gets knocked over or something. Anyways, I'm here if you guys can find me. I'm back on. So I'm just going to start painting this. That's what I get for getting up and showing something. Trying to market myself a little bit. And I screwed up. Alright, so I'm going to go right ahead and do my little, I'm going to give all these a shine over here. And this is going to need, oh, that one's done already. So I'm just going to paint my little flowers here. Oh, wait a minute. Do I want to do a little bit of a background? No, I can leave that in the wood, right? Maybe I will leave that in wood. I like it in wood. Yeah, I'll use a smaller one. Anybody wants to jump on, jump on. Facebook gods love it. Sorry about that, guys. Hope you can find me. Stupid thing. A little antique color. I'm going to need some of this. I like to have them antique looking. Don't know what happened. Sometimes it's me. I think this time it was me though. Usually it's them. It's like every week I got something. Last week the light blew. A couple days ago the lights went out. My internet went out. Which is really unusual. It never happens to me anyways. And sometimes I knock stuff over. It's hard doing these lives. So I'm just kind of doing my leaves. This wood's a little different to paint on than the other stuff. A little different to paint on. It's Art by Diana Myers on Facebook or .com. I have my website. You can go look at my stuff that I do. A lot of palette knife. Some watercolor, a little bit of everything. I teach classes online, offline. I am currently started a membership of acrylic painting only, all levels, mostly beginning. Just started it like a month ago. Still building it. Anybody wants to jump on, the Facebook guys love it. Saves me some moolah. They like to see people talking and visiting, and every time you like and share, it moves my thing along for more people to see it, and I might pick up a client or a customer, which is always nice. I always appreciate it. Hey, Judy. Boy, you found me fast. I hit the button. This time it was me. I hit the button. I got this new thing, and the clamp is so like, it's like, oh my God. Thing's like a rubber band. It snapped on me. Oh well, it's always something. They'll find me. A couple of them had been on before, new ones. I was so excited, some new ones. Not that I don't love you guys, but you know, I need new ones too. So I'm just doing like some morning glories. They're going to be going up this pole. I was thinking about doing something in the background, but you know, I'm going to varnish this. So I'm just going to leave the black plain. But you know, I have a tinted, you know, like a wood glaze. It's, oh, you know, furniture varnish. Years ago I had done this table and it looked too perfect. The colors were beautiful, but it just didn't match. So what I did was I went over the top of it with the wood polish. You know, it's a permanent one. You know, not real heavy. Just rubbed it on. Well, it gave it the best antique look. So I'm sitting here thinking that would be a lot easier than me trying to get all the colors just right, you know. Oh, that's good. You relax. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do some kind of finish on this. I'll make it interesting. So I got this new stand and now I can't barely get the thing in and out. It's like, I mean, it's really sturdy, but it's a bitch to get the thing out, you know. It just is. I had a little brush in my hand. I went out and got a soda, fixed my hair because I was a mess. I was working in the garden all day. My grandchildren were here. They don't care. They all left and we had dinner and I was doing homework all day. I had to catch up because we're in the third session. Monday comes out of the module. And I didn't even comb my hair today. So I washed my face. It was so dirty. It's from the garden. You know, so I did that, and then I had the brush in my hand. I don't know where it is. This is typical Diana. I don't remember. There's nothing wrong with me. Probably get dementia. My eyes says, well, then I've had it all my life. I had it in my hand. It's my favorite little tiny brush. Right? It'll turn up. But then I found this one. I forgot about it, and then I found this other one. Remember I told you I had another long-haired rigger. Found it because I had to go looking. That's why I needed it. Funny. It's not in here. I don't know. Funny stuff. Changed my glasses. My black ones are irritating me. I think it's just sweaty. So I need to like clean them real good. So I got my little pink ones out. I haven't worn these pink ones in a while. I kind of like my pink ones. I have to get... I got my license last year, you know, renewal for my driver's license. And they said that they wanted me to come and... I have a year, which I forgot about. Well, I need to make an eye appointment because I'm assuming I'm going to pass. But I go to the eye doctor and get it, or I go down there. I think I'm just going to make it. I didn't get to take the chance. You know what I mean? That I won't pass it or something because I can tell. Like my distance is off a little bit, you know, I can tell. So, but you know, I go to the doctor. I've been needing a new pair anyways. I got the black pair and this pink pair. What color is the next pair going to be? I don't know. If I had lots of money, I would have like different pairs for every day of the week. Like shoes, you know. But they're not cheap. God, they're expensive. I'm going to mix some of this this darker blue in with this green. This green's what is this? What the heck one is it? I forget what it is. I'm going to mix this blue and green together. Just get a little dark ones too. Just a little darkness here and there. Little dark ones. Now I just drew these out with a pencil. You know how I do that just for placement, just so I know where I want to put them. But that doesn't mean I have to do them there, and it doesn't mean that I can like not do more, because I can still do more. And like, of course I got to make some morning glories. I love morning glories. My grandmother. I wonder where I got the gardening from, because I've gardened all my life. Whenever I could, I did. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was like 8, 9 years old, and she said, Diana, go down the side of the house right here, honey. And I would pick these little black things up, and I didn't know they were seeds, and I put them in my hands. And she'd say, now hang on to them. I get up the stairs, and she was quite old, and I give them to her. Then she would send me down to Butler's Market on the corner, and I would have to get a thing of kite string. And she had some tags. And then I would have to, every year after they died off, I'd have to take these morning glories and get all the little black things, she put them inside. So then the spring would come, it was still kind of cool. And she lived like on a hill, the way the houses are here. And that was like the only privacy she really kind of had in the front. So she would take, and I would, when the plants got to be about 2-3 inches high, more like that, more like 6 inches, I would, figure out which ones were the best. Say, okay, tie a little string to that. And I'd take the string and she'd put it all the way up to the very top. She'd climb up there and she would tack that piece of string. We did that every year since I can remember. That stupid morning glories would go across that clothesline onto the telephone wire that went across the street. Remember when everybody shared their phones, telephone lines? Be 2-3 people on there when you're trying to talk to somebody. Anyways, that thing grew like it was unbelievable. So I, for years, tried growing them. I finally found the right ones. The damn things are so prolific. They're like a weed. But I grow them in the same spots wherever I don't want them. I just pick them out. Luckily, my yard isn't big, or I probably have to use some weed killer on them. But they are beautiful. I just love them. They're like a purpley blue, too. I'll take a picture. You guys, I always post pictures of my garden. It's kind of bare right now, but it'll fill right out. It does every year. But that's one of my gardening stories. And then I remember, I love hollyhocks. You don't see them too much anymore. I'm going to grow some again in my garden. I had them a couple of years there. They don't last too long. They're South Cedars. But I remember they grew so wild here in the city. I think it was warmer or cooler back then. They like a cold climate. They would just be in people's driveways and people would complain and they would pull them out. Now you don't see them. You got to grow them. I had a little green and blue in there again. I'm going to do that again, darkness up. So, anyways, that's it. My other grandmother, she grew vegetables. So I remember pulling, but that's when people had gardens. The Italian ladies they'd give us grapes and they had date trees and, you don't see it too. People are so busy. I mean, some people, I'm lucky I can garden and I enjoy it, but it's a lot of work. Hey, Judy, you're the only one on here. I guess nobody loves me no more. They lost me. They gave up. They'll find me. So what did she do now? I told you one night I was watching a lady's these beautiful pocketbooks. It cuts off on me, and she had just said, "I have to be careful. This has been cutting off on me again." I found her again. Didn't it do it again? It had it happen to lots. I've been watching other people. Same thing. It's like the owner of this company that I do stuff with. There's 2,100 now or something like that. It's a lot. And she says there's 2.5 or 3.5 billion people on Facebook now. She says that's the problem. And they're redoing everything, Especially because I think they want to get into the, there's so many people going online now. They want to get into the business of making money off us, Believe me, there's email companies and everything else. I got an email company. There are lots of people making money off me. A lot of this stuff ain't expensive now, but it will be eventually. This is like a new thing, really. It's going to be more so because that COVID kind of bring everybody inside. And a lot of these companies found out they could save a lot of money, not having to pay the NIMO or nothing, or the gas and lights, and think all the money they're going to save. Teachers too. Everybody. They got a whole new look on stuff now. I'm going to start doing my purple. See how this purple's going to look. I do some flowers here. Yep. Going to change a lot of stuff. They said this was going to happen in the future. So much stuff online anyways. It is easier for older folks or sick, if you're sick. Like my husband, when you can't get around. I like the idea that I can order my food. I have never really done it. My kids go for me. When I was a kid, a lot of stores did that. And everything was in the same neighborhood. I grew up in the city. And Mr. Butler would walk up the street. Grandma would order her groceries. He'd have the box on his shoulder and he'd walk up the street. That was good business. It was all family owned and operated back then. It was wonderful, you know. But, you know, whenever we needed something, if one of us was sick, well, you have no way of getting it. Well, now with all this other, I mean, they charge you, but at least you got an option. Because I'm sure she gave Mr. Butler a tip, you know. I'm sure. He had a little yellow in the middle. Morning glories usually have a little yellow or a little white throat. A little dark edge here. Kind of make a little dark edge here. Okay, there's one. I'll do a side one. This thing's got like some wild hairs on it here. Try a little blue too, a little blue and purple. This should go like this, like that. I'll have a little thing like this. This will be later in here. I go by memory. And then this would be a little green down here. There's like a little thing on it. It's a little too green, I think. Let's do a little green and blue. Green and blue. It's a little too green. A little purple in there. A little white. Highlight it maybe. It'll help a little bit. There you go. That looks a little better. Anybody else on here? Just you, Judy. You're the only smart one. Judy found me. I wonder what those people are. Where'd your people go? I think they're looking too hard. So funny. They'll find me. I'll be done. Oh, I hate that, though. That was my fault this time, though. Stupid thing. I don't know, maybe I can loosen that up. Maybe I can loosen it up with something. These ones have, each section has a turning thing, but the clamp for this is very strong. Very strong. A little tiny one. That's small enough, we'll see. Need a really tiny one so I can make a spiral. Little spiral. Make a spiral with this. Not really, a little bit. Not really. I want this to kind of come around. And then like, maybe go like this. And kind of come around like this. This is a balloon green, darken this green up, make it a dark green. Some of these are just little spirals. Some of them are just little spirals. Yeah, they just kind of come to a point. Oops. A little white on it, a little highlights. Little morning glories, little ones. I don't think this would be up on a barn because I know morning glories, the ones I got go pretty high, but most of them don't go that high. I don't know, I got like a 15-foot trellis out there. It's just 3 wood poles. It grows right up, covers the whole thing every year. Most of the time I don't even plant them anymore, they just happens. I might move them around to get them where I want them, but I don't mess around with them anymore. I couldn't tell you what pack of seeds. I finally got the right pack of seeds. I kept writing down the names because I knew some of them would eventually, you know, take. Oh, somebody found me. Hi, Tanya. I had a bunch of people. I went to take the phone off here, and it's a new one, and it's got a clamp, a real strong clamp. Turned it off. So I lost a bunch of people. Well, welcome. You've been out here before. I remember that name. I think, right? You've been out here before. So I'm just doing a little piece of wood. Morning Glories, and this is stencil. I did a little Van Gogh rock. This is one I did a while ago. I glossed up a few things that I did. I did this like a little, really cute. It's things I do in the wintertime too, or the beginning of spring, just, you know, clean up some of the stuff in my garden, maybe paint a few pots. It's good practice too. Good practice. Anything to paint. I paint everything. Paint everything. So I do. Ooh, a little more blue in there. Actually looks pretty good, don't it? Let's put a little more blue in there. The ones I got are more purple though. But I'll put pictures on here when they get ready to bloom. So beautiful. I let them go right up my back porch. I sit there and have my coffee in the morning. I go up my trellis and I cut a couple strings just like my grandma used to do. And they'll go right up the pole in front of me. You gotta whack to get out once in a while. I have to pull a few back, but gorgeous. Mix some of that blue and green, or blue and green, yeah. Need something to drink. I want green. Some green right here. And a little of that blue. Not too dark. These might look a little odd, but actually they would be all these different sizes. The ones at the top, they'd be tiny, bigger, and then they go small. They'd be more like, they'd be like a big one, and then these small ones growing off it. Believe it or not, the leaves get quite large. And they do bloom mostly, well, you know, it isn't that they bloom in the morning, it's that they bloom in the sunlight. So like if you get a shady day and it doesn't rain, they'll close right up. So, and by the end of the day, they'll die right off. And there's always new ones right next to it. All the little buds are there. Yeah. Let's do a little white. They're not all really all these different shades of green, but just gives a little more interest. I do a lot of flowers. I love flowers. As you would probably notice, Judy, right? Because I'm like Tuesday, if you guys want to see anything free again, I'm calling it, what do they call it again? Garden Tuesday or Fab Flower Garden Tuesday, something like that. Because right now I have a lot of, I take the flowers out of my garden and I paint them every year. Usually do some in the spring and some in the fall. So if you come on Tuesdays around 2:30, that's what I'm going to be doing, some more flowers. I asked people on my site to post a few pictures that they painted, just for inspiration. It's fun. Just for fun. Here a little bit more. Just trying to, look at the shape as I go, Kind of fill it out as I go. Like I said, when I'm talking, it doesn't always come out so good. So later I like to fix it where I need to, and then I post it. Kind of hard to do this sideways. What else find me? Hi, James. They call you Jim? Where you guys from? Love to hear where people are from. I lost a whole group earlier because I accidentally shut my phone off. Well, I didn't shut it off. I got a new mount. My kids got it for Mother's Day. I've been wanting it. It's a special mount for my phone and my light and tablet and stuff over here. And anyways, it's got a new clamp on it from my phone, and it's like a rock. I can't. That's the first time I've done it. But last week I lost power here and my internet, so it went off on me. Another week my light went and I knocked it over, went out again, and then Facebook's been playing games with everybody too. They've been having a lot of problems, so I'm sorry when you can't find me. It happens a lot now. This time it was me though, so they might find me. I don't know. Judy found me. Alright, so I'm just messing around with these. This is going to go into a craft fair. I say craft fair, it's actually an antiques on one side and it's artisan on the other side, all fancy stuff. I'm doing a lot of shabby chic signs, It's like got I don't know, it's got all kinds of cardstock and I got stencils, and you can see it. I didn't want to move this fence by this thing again because it's backwards. Because that's how that all happened. I don't know if I can oil this. It's all like knobs on it and stuff. It's different from the other one. I don't know. I'm gonna mess with it today. Alright, so I'll put a Morning Glory right here. Yeah, I just took a pencil. I don't always do that. Like, you know, I can paint without it, but I think it helps when people are watching this so that they can see that they can use a pencil. I was in a class, they said, you can't use a pencil. You know, about 5 years ago, I started teaching acrylic. I've been an oil painter. I've been a painter for 38 years, and I only know that because of my daughter's age, and I have a picture of me painting, and she was in her little sneakers and her diaper, and that's when I started officially painting. Always been artistic. And anyways, like 5 or 6 years before this COVID thing, I was a hairdresser 40 years, and an artist, you know, always sold my art, you know, whatever. And I had thought about doing a franchise. I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. Well, then my mother got sick, and I found all the information. It was a painting with a twist. Or was it paint and sip? I forget. So anyways, I seen they opened one here. Well, I seen the guy who was hiring. He hired me right in the spot, because I've been painting a long time. Says he never does that. Made me feel good. But I wasn't, you know, I just started using acrylic at that time, which teaches you a lot, but it's the same and it's not the same. So, anyways, make a long story short, I started working for him, and I love to teach. I didn't know I loved to teach so much. Well, I had a few ask me. I did a few private classes. You know, I got to know some other artists. I got back into the swing of the arts, you know. A lot of fun. So when the COVID hit, of course, you know, the salons in that place, they had to close it. I was working 2 jobs. The plan was me to retire and do what I'm doing now. Not exactly this, though. I had thought more like, you know, I did do a couple, you know, off, you know, in person. We're just starting to open up back here, so I'll be doing it again. So it kind of changed the way everything worked out, but in a good way, too, so I won't have to be on my feet so much, hopefully. So I'm working on a little membership where people join up, and I teach nothing but strictly painting and community. It's for fun, too. Make some friends. Nothing serious, just acrylic. I'll be having another launch in a few months here. It's closed right now. Just putting the website together now. They're all founders. Just learning how to do all that. I'm taking marketing. So it's just a whole different path, but it's a good thing, you know. I'm still looking to do a few outside classes. You know, like I said, we just opened up a few weeks ago. I asked a couple restaurants, and they just changed their capacity. They're all starting to get back on their feet. So I'm sure somebody will, you know, give me a few classes. I do this whole thing. I approach them, and, you know, I gotta do that again. But basically, I've been doing this, and I'm gonna do the artsy, the art thing there. They were looking for vendors, and like I said, they did an interview on me last week before. It was pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited. I hope it works out. I told them I didn't want a very big, so I don't really need a lot of work. Ooh, this purple's looking pretty cool in here. I'm just purple. It's painting. You can do whatever you want. Happy accidents. So that's how I ended up doing this. And I wasn't even sure I was going to be doing this. I had thought I'd just do the other thing, but I knew nobody was going to be, you know, doing anything like this. So I started taking some art classes, and I found this one, and she teaches a different level. The problem is when I got in there, I was like the highest group, ready to fly. In other words, to be on my own. So, which was what I wanted. So that's how I ended up with this other group of women that actually, they all own businesses. A lot of them had to close their storefronts. You know, I'm learning a lot from them because a lot of them had been in business different from mine. You know, I had a salon. So it's been a life-changing experience here, but a lot of fun too. I mean, all kinds of people, all artists. It's good for me. I like art. But not just an odd way how sometimes you wonder if you believe in God, you know, why he chose this path. You know, he led you down it and it was different than what you planned, but it all worked out. It's just weird sometimes, you know. Sometimes you like wonder, you know, just so weird. I don't know, you know. It's kind of what I wanted to do, but just not the way that I thought it would happen. Isn't that life, though? All right, good thing. It's a good thing. Not complaining, God. Just saying, this wasn't what I planned. So there's a lot that happened during all of that, but there's a lot of good stuff I think that'll come out of it. Just a different vision, you know, than what I had planned. More green. A little rough spot here, but that's okay. That gives it character and texture. We like texture. We like texture. I'm running out of green here. I think I'm gonna need more green. So it was a good thing in the long run. I'm gonna need to have a little income, you know. So this works out good. I'm fortunate that I can paint and that I love it. Always wanted to do it full time, but you know, there wasn't nothing like this back in the day. You know, there was my clients who say, Diana, because I'd sell stuff off the wall and big little crafts I'd make and sell them and go to craft fair, all kinds of stuff I did. You should, I said, you know something, guys, if there was a lot of money in it, I've been doing this a long time ago. But I think with the internet has really changed, like I said, it's changed a lot of things, you know, it really has. I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. I'm just kind of randomly going along, fooling around, playing with the paint. Who we got in here? Hi, Ken. Hi, Linda. Hi, Ian. Hi, James. I think I said hi to you already. Welcome. Where you guys all from? Love to hear where you're from. New ones, too. That's good. I had a whole group of people, and I accidentally hit the... I got a clamp thing on here, and the way I had to hit the clamp, I knocked it off. Oh, God. Like I said, usually it's them. Today it was me. I knocked it off. So last week I had a one of these round lights one. It wasn't even that old. I think it's the one my daughter got me. So I'm going to get a better one. I have a small ring light here, but I need a really, really good one. I had to get this special mount first. I say really, because I just used a clamp, which was really a good clamp, but it won't fit on anything I tried. Been a while since I've done anything this small. This is good practice. So I usually do big paintings, and I do everything though. I can't really. I'm typically an oil artist, and I do a lot of palette knife with acrylic, which has been my last thing. The last 4 or 5 years here, I've been doing a lot of it. So I'm enjoying it. Do I want a flower there, or do I want to? I have one more flower. I love the farmhouse, the old-fashioned antique. My house is 100 years old. I live in central New York. And it's, you know, a lot of old houses up here. Not a big, but a medium size. Somebody asked me the footage, so I have no idea. It's got like a bedroom and a kitchen in the basement, a full attic. It's real long, like shotgun, and 3 bedrooms on one floor. I have walk-in. This room's real small. This used to be part of the front room. They added this on later. There would have been only a 2-bedroom up here. The only reason we're absolutely sure that, besides you can tell by looking at it, was it turns out that one of the people my husband worked for, she grew up in her grandmother's house, and there was only one other owner, and one of the nieces or nephews owned the house for a while, so really we're the only other people. Nice old house. They don't make them like this anymore. Gets a little drafty, but I got a big old pellet stove in the front room. Got those old-fashioned windows. I love the old big wood sections, you know, and nice old house. I don't make them like this anymore. The gas and lights aren't too bad, you know. Of course, now my kids are all gone. That makes a big difference. No matter where you live, that makes a big difference. Let me just stick a leaf behind here. Let me put it right here. Looks like it's just sitting there or something. Get caught or something. Okay. I gotta make some of these things too. These little ones. Maybe we'll make this one too. Silver flower. See, this I'll probably, I was telling Judy here that I'm probably gonna, my kids love this table. It's been, I think every one of my daughters had it. It was, believe it or not, when I moved in this house, I had like no furniture. I had a 2-family for 11 years. My kids grew up in that house, and I had like no furniture. And I needed a dining room table. Didn't have a lot of money. Finally could afford a little front room set. No, and you know, it's a pretty good sized front room. So I did a little curbside antiquing on garbage night, and I found this like a round kitchen table, and I cut the legs off it, sanded it, and I painted it flowers, and it came out too perfect because, you know, I like the antique look. So I took a little thing of mini wax, like a light colored maple, and I beat it up with a hammer first. I did. Scratched it all up, sanded it down a little bit, hit off flowers. The kids still got it. And then I covered it with that, and that yellowish color made it look super antique-y. So I think I'm going to do that with this. I think it'll really come out really cool. But it's more called like I had to do something cheap, and I just got clever. So a lot of times, like, I'm using this varnish, gloss varnish, to like varnish these rocks, and it makes them hold up a little better. It makes them look really pretty. You can get a matte if you don't like it shiny. You don't have to do it shiny. But I think I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna I think I got a couple different ones down cellar. I'm gonna look because I've done stuff before. I think there might even be one in my little art cabinet out here. I gotta look. I gotta go look. Let me put a few small ones in here, just like little dots, like some are coming in too. We put little dots. It's okay. There's actually these. They like spiral up, but I can't seem to get the picture in my mind to do it right. Well, that's about right, right? They tighten up, they spin, and then when they come up in the morning, they go like that and they open up. to do that. Gotta get him to do that. That's kind of, I don't know, doesn't look quite right. Try to get the other ones to do it. I couldn't do it either. Too small, I think. If they were bigger, I could do it. Let me see. That's pretty good. Well, like I said, I usually after a class I kind of monkey around with it a little bit. It's hard to do it at this angle. Sometimes I use my easel. It's really hard though to work on the easel when you gotta use this clamp thing. But I have done a few classes like that. But I like this small stuff in the wood. It's really hard to do that. Sometimes I'll bring out my small easels. I got enough of them. But I find like when I'm doing the palette knife, I beat the crap out of stuff, so I usually lay everything down. It's easier, I think, for the people to see too. So, never know what I'm gonna do. Tonight I wasn't sure, and I was out in the garden working, so I've been looking at these rocks, and I said, well, I had to take some classes earlier, so I was cleaning them up and stuff while I was taking my classes. And then I got some of them done. This is what I might as well save them for class, and I had bought this wood, and I had a friend send me some wood, and I'm looking at those, figuring what I'm going to do with those too. Well, that's how I ended up doing it, just something different. That's why I only do just the acrylic art, because I know so much about this kind of stuff because I've been doing it 38 years. And like I said, I have literally painted everything. Hair, faces, clothing, tremploi, watercolor. I just love art. That's my problem. So that's pretty much it for now. If you join my site, okay, be careful with the stupid thing. I guess the deal is people having problems finding me. What they're saying now, they've changed a lot of things, and believe me, we have rules. We're not supposed to say share. You can say sprinkle, spread the love, follow. But the thing is, you have to do two, like and follow, or share, or like, and then like it'll pop up in your feed. Because I usually notify people when I'm coming on, and it'll ask me too when I jump on here if I want people to be notified. Especially like when it's my group or something. I have a group, and then I have my site, my business page, and then it'll notify people when I'm coming on, So, but for some reason, I'll get a whole group. Right now, this is a whole different group of people. Now, there was another group of people that was different from this. There was only like 3 minutes apart. Why wouldn't they be able to find me? So there's just all this theories going on because, we always talk about it. We have Zoom meetings and stuff. And it's the algorithms. If you think that is a bunch of crap, taking this art marketing, and they talk about how, like, I see my brother. What the heck are you doing? You're all over Facebook. What? You just like the art queen or something now? I was like, no. So then I see my girlfriend, I don't know, not even a week later, she's like, do you ever go on the internet anymore? So that's what happens. So sometimes you can't find me. Like Judy found me right away. She's in my membership. So, and I've seen a couple of you on here before, but I don't know why it does that sometimes, You should be able to punch me and get me right away, but I guess it's a problem. So they've been changing stuff. So don't be surprised sometimes if you can't get what you're looking for. It's probably what it is. Or they throw you off. I love that. They just kick you off. All right, guys, so that was it for tonight. I'm going to let this dry a little bit more, and I'm going to put some gloss on my little Starry Night, which I love him. I did a series, which I might bring back, and then I did a series of Monets, and I'm thinking about maybe doing something else. I have some other ones I can do, and I had them on tapes and stuff. I think some of them I put to get emails. I put them out there, and some I save for different classes. So, but if you go on YouTube, there's some more of my stuff. If you guys want to see more of what I do. And take it easy, and I'll see you later. And have a good night, and come back and visit me again. This is my retirement, so I'm going to be around. Anyways, oh, the art queen, right? Yeah, yeah. That's not what my husband calls me. All right, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, I thank you. I always thank you. I appreciate you coming to visit me, and I'm hoping you can come again and paint with me. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks. Have a great night. All right, bye.